Hi guys, DN Neo here, and I gotta say, I'm a bit excited about this. So, if you're wondering why I'm excited, by the title, if you guys don't know what D&D is, there are much better people out on the internet to explain what D&D is, and that's not what this is gonna be. This is gonna kind of be a little bit of a journal, I guess, a little bit of a kind of walk down memory lane, kind of weirdly. So if you guys don't know, I'm into D&D. I love watching Critical Role. I love that new series, and the fact that there's a new DM there. But anyway, that's not what this series is about anyway, because that's been covered a lot. But this is just about my personal thoughts and journey playing D&D, DMing for the first time, actually, like, having and made my own campaign. I know, it's crazy. But in this first episode, I just really wanted to kind of talk about it a little bit and just talk about what this series is going to be. Now, for those that are wondering, just straight up, no, it's not going to be a series, the actual campaign. And there's a few reasons for that. One, I don't have the setup. Two, this is my first campaign, and I want it to be something that I can whip out and I can kind of pull out my ass at any moment that I need. If somebody kind of goes, hey, Neo, can you be a DM? We've got a group of people. I'll be like, sure, I've got this campaign that I writ however long ago when, you know, if I was ever asked that. So it's kind of cool. Also, the other thing I want to kind of say is that, you know, this isn't going to be a regular thing. It's just going to be whenever I want to, and I'm not necessarily going to be talking about the sessions, because like I said, I don't, you know, I want this to be more kind of my thoughts, what I'm learning as a new DM, and what I think I'm doing good, what I think I'm doing bad, because that's always a thing, right? Being able to look at yourself as a DM and go, oh, you're really sucking at this, but hey, you did really good at this thing. And it's just been a world that I've really wanted to venture into, and being creative and kind of trying my best to control, well, not control, but, you know, you have a group of people around the table or however you're doing it, and just trying to make sense of what's going on while you have your plan and you have players that have their own plan, wanting to do their own thing. It's like DMing, in essence, when you boil it down, is very, very simple, but it's so complex. Like, once you start getting into it, it's just, oh my god, it makes your head spin. But I've loved it. I've been writing this campaign for a long time now, and I know one of the no-nos is writing so much in advance. But one thing that I love about DMing, and one thing that I've found that I'm really good at and not letting my players know, is essentially how much I can improvise on the fly. Now, in terms of, like, making sure that I've got everything planned out, I don't do that, but I'm very good at, well, I've written down that I want them to get to this point, so I can improvise how that will happen, or why that might happen, or why my players may have motivation to get to that point. And it's just, it's amazing for me. You know, I did performing arts in college, and I loved it, but I always felt really confused with the script, and really frazzled, and really kind of just a way of, just let me do what I want to do, you know, let me act. And I think DMing's kind of given me that access point, weirdly, like, I know it sounds really weird, but it's given me that access point to kind of go, right, here's what the story is, right? Here's how it's set, here's, like, the rules or the law of the land. Now go tell it. And you don't have the script, and you know, and for some people that's possibly terrifying, and I do have quote unquote a script of this is the journey, but it's very it's very freeing for me to just be able to totally scrap everything I've written and do this thing because it's better, or that's what it calls for right now. I'm so happy that I'm managing to do this, and it's a thing that I wanted to do for a while, record my journey and my experience writing a campaign and indeed DMing, and now I've got that. It like, for me, it's so precious and it's so fragile, and I'm trying not to break it. And, you know, the other thing for me is I'm DMing for my brothers. If you guys don't know, like, I have younger brothers, and I'm getting to DM for them. I mean, that blows my mind. That like, beyond all the other emotions of being a first-time DM and thinking I'm screwing up every single turn, that is an honor for me. I mean, one of my brothers, and I don't have the permission to say their names, so I won't, but one of my brothers, he's DM'd before, so he's, like, really good at the numbers and the abilities and knowing how it all works, and it's really cool having someone like that at my table, because he can go, oh, you know, Neo, it's actually this, and I go, oh, okay, so, like, and it's really cool. It's actually really cool. I don't get like frazzled by it. It's like, okay, quick, back up, you know, repeat, do it right. You know, I've got one brother that is basically, it's very strange, and this isn't an insult, because I'm going to send this to the group that I'm DMing for, my brothers. You know, one brother that's kind of, like, like, we've only done 2 sessions, but even then, like, he is so, like, he just gets into moments, and he just plays it out, and it's there, and it's amazing. And I've got my youngest brother that is new to D&D. I believe he's doing another campaign, but he's relatively new to D&D, and the fact that I get to experience that with him is just phenomenal. Like, it blows my mind. And I think we're gonna have somebody else join us, actually, a friend of one of theirs. But yeah, I just kind of, that's kind of what I wanted this series to be, and I've got, like, loads of this other, like campaigns I want to do swirling around in my head. It's crazy, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about it, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. We've only done our 2nd session, but, and I may go into some things with the sessions, maybe. I'm not really planning to, but yeah, let me know what you think of this idea. I'm gonna do this for myself anyway, but let me know if there's certain things you'd want me to talk about, you know, not necessarily the campaign, but just, like, how are the players doing? How am I receiving it? Do I have any tips yet? Just all that sort of stuff. Again, I'm not an expert. I haven't been playing D&D for decades. This is a very new world, but I've always been around it, weirdly, and I'll maybe do a few videos on that. But yeah, so let me know what you think, guys. I'm hyped. I like, honestly, like, I've probably been mithering them. Like, I keep messaging them, like, when's the next session? I get really giddy, and then like I feel sick in my stomach because I'm like, oh god, I'm now gonna play this out, and please, I really don't want to break this. So yeah, it's kind of my new baby at the moment, and it's kind of it's amazing. It absolutely feels amazing. You know, it's one of those things that I'm so glad I get to do it, and I'm just wanting more experience being a DM, and I just want to be a good DM, and I just want to, like, I don't know, like, not necessarily, like, share my story with a group, but just, like, be part of it with people. It's very strange to explain. And again, there are better videos on the internet that will be able to explain this better for you guys, but yeah, I just kind of, I wanted to tell you what this is going to be about, and like I said, this is just going to be whenever I feel like there is something to talk about, because obviously, you know, with D&D, you can have sessions where it's just talking and nothing's really moving, but just, you know, I feel so grateful to be in a position in my life now where I can just be like, I want to go do that. Okay, go do it then. And yeah, it absolutely feels amazing. I'm probably going to upload this the same day I'm recording it, which is the 10th. And yeah, so I'm just going to do that, and I'm really hoping to kind of get other groups as well. I know it sounds like people who are DMs, like if anybody's watching this that is a DM, is probably cringing a little bit, because having several groups doing the same campaign, well, not several, but you know, having more than one group probably doing, you know, doing the same campaign as a first-time DM. But I just love it. I just want to grab the beast by the horns and just tackle it. But anyway, guys, I hope some of this has been informative of what's going on with my life and the D&D adventure. Again, this is more of an intro thing, and I'll catch you guys whenever the next video is. Bye bye for now.